Folks, every time there's a mass shooting, and I'm putting that in quotations because it's like very cherry-picked and selectively used term, the left rushes in with some sweeping gun confiscation. We saw this because there's 2 more shootings recently. All right, this gun confiscation program doesn't work. And they always say, oh, we're not coming for your guns. You know why I don't believe them? Try this.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
To gun owners out there who say, well, a Biden administration means they're going to come for my guns.
Bingo. You're right if you have an assault weapon. The fact of the matter is they should be illegal, period.
That's why. Every time one of these shootings happens, they want to take guns away from me. Then the talking point is, oh, if you don't see it our way, I guess you're fine with kids getting murdered. Can't you just compromise? Why do you need an AR-15? No, that's garbage. Why does their compromise always include me giving up rights and them gaining control? What do I gain in this compromise? This is massively selective outrage that has nothing to do with guns and everything to do with control, none of which is based on any real practice of reality. The most heavily gun-controlled democratic utopias like Chicago are war zones. I know, I've been there. In the last 2 months in Chicago, there have been over 100 shootings. Oh, Lori Lightfoot says it's because surrounding states have lax gun laws. Then why is their gun crime so much lower? Vermont, Bernie Sanders' place, has extremely high gun ownership, yet extremely low murder or violent crime. Maybe it's a cultural thing? So now that Syrian-born Trump hater, who was already known to the FBI, by the way, killed 10 people in Boulder, Colorado, they want to take away your AR-15? Hey, FBI, this guy was linked to the subject of one of your cases, and he had at least 2 interactions with police. Why weren't you watching him? This is a bad guy. That's why he shot a bunch of people. And if he didn't have a gun, he would probably use some other method like the Boston bomber did. It's not the gun. Spoons don't make people fat. Cars don't make people drive drunk. There's also zero evidence, zero, big fat donut, that the previous Brady bill that banned AR-15 style rifles and high-capacity magazines actually had any measurable effect on gun crime whatsoever. And when you call the anti-gun nuts on that fact, they say, well, we just need to get more guns off the street. And it doesn't work. This stupidity is from the same party of science, believe the data. Any brief analysis from readily available statistics shows an inverse relationship between gun ownership and violent crime. Look at this chart. From over 20-year span from the FBI statistics, you can clearly see that there's a very steep rise in gun ownership, and there's an almost equal inverse relationship on violent crime going down. Now, cherry-picked data liberals will say, well, they'll say gun death is up in the same time frame. So, to put that to bed, most of those are suicides. That's why I cite violent crime, to accurately understand the problem. But, you don't want this is why I really don't like gun control. Because the people who are trying to legislate this have absolutely no idea what they are talking about. None. They have no idea. It would be like me trying to legislate women's shoes. Look at these fools.
This right here has ability with a .30 caliber clip to disperse with 30 bullets within half a second.
We have federal regulations and state laws that prohibit hunting ducks with more than 3 rounds, and yet it's legal to hunt humans with 15-round, 30-round, even 150-round magazines.
What? Legal to hunt humans? Magazine clip? But these people are idiots. None of the legislation they ever propose has ever shown to actually affect the actual problem of crime. You know what does stop crime, though? Enforcing the laws. There was a guy named Rudy Giuliani who once did that. But Democrats don't want that. You know what else? Law enforcement. They don't want that. They want to defund that, too. They don't give a damn about the problem. Taking law-abiding citizens' firearms, like mine, is not the solution. It's also not going to happen. You think a bunch of folks who own AR-15 style rifles, many of them are veterans just like me, are going to just turn them in? You are insane. Moreover, you think an elected sheriff in a rural America area is going to go along with it? He'll tell you to pound sand, money you already have. Folks, I'm old enough to remember a thing called freedom. If you abide by the Constitution and the rule of law, you're free to do as you please. You can own a gun or not own a gun. What you do or do not do is no one else's business. My rights shall not be infringed. So I don't have to compromise or bend a knee to your totalitarianism. You know what has stopped a bad guy with a gun 100% of the time?